What up, Ninja Nation? It's Bowman 9000, aka the Trumbo Ninja. In today's video, we're gonna get into what type of finishing badges I have equipped and what I decided to go with moving forward. But as you guys can see, I am a 97 overall paint beast. If we head on over to the progression, I don't think it'll actually tell me how far along I am. Maybe I'm a dummy for not knowing exactly, but I think it's a 97.5. Anyway, none of that matters because I'm not a 98 or a 99. But before we get into what these badges are, drop a like and subscribe, guys. If you are new here, it'll be greatly appreciated. We're trying to go hard this year in NBA 2K20. I'm gonna be holding it down for all the big men. If you have found this video from your notifications, go ahead and spam 1 in the chat. You guys are the real ones. I really appreciate you guys being here and supporting every video pretty much as soon as it comes out. I love the fact you guys have notifications on. I think it's freaking dope. But here we go. We're gonna get into these badges. And so when I got my 22nd badge on my paint beast, I'm almost maxed out on defense as well. I'm almost to my 21st out of 22 badges, and I'm almost to my 10th out of 11 badges for playmaking. But this video will be only about my finishing badges. When I got there, the first thing I did was run in here and start shuffling stuff around. The very first thing I did was take off Lob City Finisher from silver and bring it back down to bronze. Because like I said in my tutorial about how to grind this build out and how to get all your finishing badges quick, if you guys haven't seen that before, I'll put a little boop thing so you guys can see that on the screen as well. Check that out first. You do need silver Lob City Finisher for that. But since I grinded out all my finishing badges, I don't need that badge anymore to be silver. I can catch lives without it. So I went with bronze, because you do need them to, you don't really need them to catch like in the park or the rec, but like, what's a little bit more of a guarantee? Why not have it on bronze at least, okay? So what I decided to go with was Back Down Punisher Hall of Fame. I went pretty much all Hall of Fame badges. So Hall of Fame, Back Down Punisher, consistent finisher, contact finisher, drop stepper, and pro touch. We're gonna pretty much open up every single one of these just so we can read what exactly this badge does and what it doesn't do. So increases the chance of a player successfully backing down their opponent. Seems pretty self-explanatory, but if you look into the badge info by hitting triangle or Y if you're on Xbox, you will see sometimes a little bit more in-depth explanation of what this badge will do for you. So I'm gonna click triangle here. So allows players to have more success than normal when backing down defender in the paint. So obviously we know exactly what Back Down Punisher does. It doesn't do anything different here. So we're gonna go right down the list. Consistent finisher. Penalties for missed time layups are reduced, allowing players to make layups more consistently. So this is more like the shooting badge, flexible release, where if you shoot like a bad timing, like late or early, it doesn't worry about slightly late or slightly early, just late and worse, or early, or very early. So penalties for, yeah, I already read that anyway. So this is a godsend. In my original video when I made this build, when I was playing around with the My Player Builder in the demo, I said I was gonna have this on silver because I want a bunch of other these badges to be gold and silver, but I realized none of that ish matters because I don't even use those badges. So you gotta go into games knowing exactly what you like to do on offense before you go ahead and picking these on Hall of Fame. So yes, I noticed that after I back down my opponent, right, I'm using Hall of Fame Back Down Punisher, I'm backing down my opponent, and I'm getting him right under the rim. I'm using a drop step right away, and then I'm going to dunk. Sometimes you think it's gonna be a dunk, but 2K says, nah man, F that. You're not about to dunk on his head, even though he's a little bit smaller than you and he weighs less than you. For some reason, you're not gonna dunk, you're gonna do a layup, but you're already mashing either square or you're mashing the right stick with the right trigger or R2 all the way down, getting ready to slam all over the opponent. But it doesn't happen and you get a layup. And so for that, you're most likely going to release late. You think you can just hold down the button and get a dunk, but you're gonna release late and you're gonna get a penalty for that. So Hall of Fame consistent finisher is, I think, necessary on a build like mine, where you don't want to go all the way down. It's not like the guards are going to give you multiple possessions time and time again to show what you can do on the low block. When you get down there, you best be scoring right away, okay? Or getting your own rebound and putting it back up, and make sure you score the bucket when you get the post touch. So that's why I have that on Hall of Fame. Next up, we're going to contact finisher. So slashers who play below the rim finish contact layups more successfully, while dunkers are able to pull off more contact dunks. So this is for both layups and dunks. For guards, it helps if you're going with layups, obviously. If you accept some contact, it's totally fine for you to accept the contact. That's totally cool. But for bigs, you obviously, just like I said in the last scenario, you're gonna take some contact. You just use back down puncher Hall of Fame to back down and get your opponent stuck all the way under the rim. And now you wanna be able to make that layup that 2K made you get because you wanted to dunk instead. You wanna be able to make the layup in contact. And if it happens to be a dunk animation like you were hoping for, you're gonna make the contact dunk as well. So not only do you need to have your correct attributes on so you can get your driving dunk, like Mike Wang said, you're also gonna need this badge as high as you can get it. And in this case, with 22 finishing badge points, you should be able to afford this on Hall of Fame. There's no reason not to. You have to have this badge. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You gotta have contact finisher on Hall of Fame. So we're moving to drop stepper just to show exactly what it does. Because on the first screen here, it says improves a player's ability to effectively use drop steps in the post. Now, the nifty thing about 2K, so like I work with technology and software, I think it's super cool that when you click triangle for badge info, you're not just brought to a menu that shows everything from the top every single time you load it up. The menu actually starts where you were hovering your cursor over. So I was hovering over drop stepper, then I hit triangle, boom, drop stepper's right there at the top of the list for me to view. So let's read this description aloud. This allows for more success when attempting post drop steps and hop steps, in addition to protecting the ball better while performing these moves in the post. So obviously this is a must-have badge. If you like to do hop steps, you need to have this badge. I don't really play with hop steps, although I should. So I'm gonna go into 2KU, probably when I get home after work tomorrow. I'm not gonna be able to get on tonight, but when I get home from work tomorrow, I'm gonna drop into 2KU and make sure I know how to do a drop step, which I already do very well, but I need to know how to do a hop step. If you guys are in the comments, you already use hop steps versus drop step, let me know in the comments if you prefer one over the other. Personally, without practicing my hop steps, I think I prefer drop steps because they put you right in front of the basket. You're drop stepping mostly, I drop step mostly towards the baseline, and that puts me literally right in front of the hoop where I can either lay it up or dunk on my opponent. A nice tidbit to know about dunking on your opponent while you're in the post, you need to, whether you're using square or you're using the right stick to dunk, you need to press the left stick towards the hoop. If you don't, you probably gonna lay it up. You're not gonna go for the standing contact dunk. And with my guy, he gets a 95 standing dunk, but at a 97 overall, I get a 97 standing dunk. So I'm trying to drop step and standing dunk right in whoever's face it is. I don't care who it is, I'm trying to do a dunk. But if you guys think hop steps are better, let me know in the comments below a reason why, and I will definitely chat it up with you guys and we'll figure it out, because I'm gonna try to do both. The next thing I did was Pro Touch. So at first I think I was gonna have this bronze in my last video about making this build, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with Hall of Fame, because I found out that a lot of these other badges that I had on that I thought about using, I didn't want to use. I don't end up using them. So Pro Touch says gives an additional boost for having good layup timing. So what is good layup timing? Is it only good or excellent, or is it maybe slightly early and slightly late as well? 2K, let's reveal the answer. So Pro Touch gives an extra shot boost for having slightly early, slightly late, or excellent shot timing on layups. So why would you not have this badge? Like at first I was like, I'm gonna put this badge kind of low because I'm gonna be pretty good at timing my layups. But as I found earlier, after trying to drop step and take all this contact in the post, you're probably gonna release late, or you're gonna try to time it, and instead of getting a dunk, you're gonna get a layup and release early. So even if you get close on this, you're gonna get a nice boost and you're probably gonna be able to make the shot, whether it's a layup or a dunk. So it rewards slightly early, slightly late, and excellent. So I wanted to have that on Hall of Fame. This is all about, for me, this is all about insurance policies. When I do get a post touch, because it's not like every single game I'm saying, pass the ball in the post, I'm here in the post, I'm open. The guards aren't gonna do that. We already arguing over Twitter what takes more skill, being a big man or being a guard. I'm gonna go on the record and say being a guard obviously takes more stick skills. There's IQ and whatnot that goes into, you know, getting in rebounding position, how to set screens without like getting called for the foul, like how to cut, when to cut, and what angles to go at, and when to abort the cut, because somebody might be on that and you don't want to put your point guard in a position where it looks like you're open and you know you're covered by the other big man who's like sagging down. Just get out of there. Go somewhere else on the court and space it back out. But yeah, that's where I stand on that. You both people need both people, but it takes more stick skills to be a point guard. I can't dribble. I'm gonna say that right now. I can't dribble, so I like to have a good point guard, and I like to have a good big man who's gonna fight down there and get them rebounds and either kick it out or, with my badges, put it back up and know you're gonna make it. Hello. So yeah, that's Pro Touch. So I'm gonna get to these bronze badges that I have here. I have Lob City Finisher Bronze. I already explained that. You do need to have it if you're gonna do it at any sort of consistent basis, but we already spent time on Lob City Finisher. We know all about that from the tutorial previously. Pick and roller. I literally had one badge point left, and I said, you know what? Let's go pick and roller, because in like on the rec or even on Court Conqueror that I played yesterday, we were running pick and roll, and I noticed without having this badge, when you set a pick and you go down the lane, he doesn't go at the correct angle. He doesn't like shuffle and like pivot his positioning to go down the lane at the correct side or correct angle. He just kind of goes down haphazardly, and it doesn't look good. It doesn't look like real basketball. When you put on at least bronze pick and roller, he sets a screen and then pivots his body correctly, going straight down without wasting energy, because obviously you can set a pick and then like go around your back, like go around the incorrect shoulder, or it takes you longer to show open while you're going down into the paint, or you can just cut directly down. So I like this badge and I like having it on bronze. I don't really know how, I guess it works best as increasing my shot percentage as a pick and roller when I get down there, but I found it helping me for the animations going towards the paint right after I set the screen. But we're gonna read this badge info anyway. So it says, when rolling off the pick and roll, a shot boost is applied if the layup or dunk attempt comes within a few seconds after catching the pass. So sometimes you might even be able to set the pick, come down the lane, catch the ball, pump fake, which uses another badge. My one shooting badge is Pump Fake Maestro. Get that on bronze, hit a pump fake, and then take your layup with contact, or just use contact finishers. So pick and roller is nice to have. I wish I could spare more points to have it on silver or gold or maybe Hall of Fame, but I just don't. I really just don't. So badges that were in question, or how do I say, runners up, deep hooks. What I did for this, I went into my court and I invited Draymond Green to the court, and I invited Karl Anthony Towns, two good defenders at different sizes with different badges. And I wanted to see, although I have my court on Hall of Fame, is an 80 hook attribute enough? Because that's all I have on this build. Turns out, no, it's not enough. I tried all four releases that they have for hook shots, and I could only green a couple of them under contact or like while doing my post animations, and the full whites weren't going in. And I was like, to have this on Hall of Fame and still have it not go in on a consistent basis, I think I'm wasting my badge points. So I took them all off. So yeah, that's a runner-up, deep hooks. If you have a higher post hook attribute, then maybe try it. If you were taller than 7 foot, maybe try it. But I was taller than Draymond and I wasn't really making them consistently, so I took them off. Acrobat, I had that on Hall of Fame. I put that down. It says it boosts the ability to make layups that have a high difficulty. Right here, where does it say? Spin, half spin, hop step, Euro step, cradle, reverse, and shot change layup attempts receive a significant boost. Now, as a post scoring big man, the only things that you're really trying to do are reverse layups under the rim from a standing position, and your change shot layup if you you know how like you try to go for a dunk or layup and you're not exactly a high overall, or like you don't have a lot of badges and they make you change your shot midair although it wasn't you, that is considered an acrobatic layup. But with your badges being high on consistent finisher and contact finisher, I had never run into that scenario in 2K20, so I don't use the shot change layup ever. I go straight up once I get my open space. The other thing, the Euro step, all those other things we don't really use except the reverse on the other side from a standing position. And I haven't really done that yet either. Once I get my dream shake up to gold, because I still have more badges to go on that and the playmaking side, I'll try it again to see if getting some of my post fakes together will let me go to an acrobatic layup on the other side of the rim. But for now, it's not necessary. What else? Cross key scorer, we don't use that. Giant Slayer, we don't use that. Fast break finisher would be nice, but there are way more badges that are more important than fast break finisher, so I don't need it. Fancy footwork improves a player's ability to beat defenders with advanced layup or dunk gather. Keyword advanced. So players get past defenders more efficiently when performing Euro, cradle, hop, step, spin, or half spin gathers. We don't gather in any way, shape, or form like that because we're playing in the post. We use post moves. We don't just drive down the lane and do spins. So don't even worry about getting that. And when I was testing out Acrobat, another thing, while I was playing, it never popped up. So if a badge, while you're doing it, if you go to my court, it does show your badge, like what is actually being used. If you go to your my court against an opponent and it never pops up with how you play and you're like trying to get it to trigger, then take it off. Take it all the way off because you don't need it. What else? Runner up, putback boss. I had that on like silver or gold at one point. Increases shot percentage when attempting a putback after an offensive rebound. Last year in 2K19 and the last year before that in 2K18, it would still trigger if you caught the rebound, landed on your feet, and then put it back up. That still counted as a putback. In 2K20, you literally have to perform a tip slam or a layup while in air, like taps. So you don't need it because when I play, if I want to say, yeah, I'm an elite center, I want to be able to know for one thing is for certain. If I don't score any points at all, which is rare, if I don't score any points at all, I want to grab all the rebounds, especially the offensive boards, because that really helps our teammates out a lot. So I'm not going to be going for R2 and triangle or R2 and square trying to like get a putback dunk when I could just grab the rebound and then assess if I'm open to shoot or to kick out. So I don't need it. Relentless finisher would have been really nice to have. Maybe you can supplement some other badges in my career if you're doing the grinding method, because you reduce the fatigue effects from continually finishing at the rim with contact, which is what we do in the finishing, in our method from the previous video. But honestly, I did the whole grind without having it at all. I didn't put it on, not once. If you're trying to bang in the post for like, you're getting like 10 touches like back to back to back in a park game, like your duo really or your squad really relies on you, that's great. Get Relentless Finisher, put it up to silver or gold, whatever. But honestly, I don't need it. Showtime would have been cute. Boost teams takeover meter after completing a highlight play. We get highlight plays all the time, but we just ran out of points. Slither your finisher. I did put this on Hall of Fame and tried it out against Draymond and Karl Anthony Towns. Even while coming off of a post spin or something like that, and the guy, like literally, I backed him down, turned around to make sure I was facing eye to eye with him, and then laid it up. And Slither finisher never came up on the screen, so I took it all the way off. I guess I don't need it. Teardropper. I mean, for a big man, I'm definitely not trying to throw a teardropper from a 7-footer. Nobody wants to see that, and I'm good. So that's my badges. That is what I think is super imperative. Back down punisher, consistent finisher, contact finisher, drop stepper, pro touch, Lob City finisher bronze, and pick and roller bronze. I thank you guys so much for watching. Hit me up on Twitter. It's Boneman9000 if you don't know already. And follow me on the Discord. Join my Discord so we can line up and play. If there's any guards watching, please, please, please join, because we got a lot of centers who would love to play. All right, man, I'm out. Peace.